WWE NXT is over. Take your pants off. It's Out of Nowhere, episode 9.
You're listening to Out of Nowhere. You're listening to the Out of Nowhere Wrestling Podcast, brought to you by WrestleCrate, WrestleCrate.com.
Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Joe Cronin from the Joe Cronin Show and JD from New York. JD from NY206. Make sure you're subscribed to him on YouTube if you're not already subscribed to him. And if you're new to my deal, hopefully you can subscribe to my channel as well. But as opposed to last week, I think we have a lot to talk about tonight. You know, last week we kind of didn't know exactly what we were doing. Raw sucked. Everything was terrible. I became an old fart. And we didn't know what was going on. But now we've got a picture painted for us. Lots to talk about based off of NXT tonight. And lots to talk of as far as WWE Raw goes. JD, I know you've wanted to explode now probably for the last few hours. And you did in your Raw review rant. What are you thinking right now?
I don't know, man. Anybody wants to get me started on Roman Reigns, I'm ready to fucking make you look like an idiot tonight. That's all I got to say about that.
Wow.
That's all I got to say about that. Yeah, call about Roman Reigns and tell me that I'm a fucking asshole. Go ahead, I dare you.
This is your night for all the people in the comments section that said bad stuff about you or that just disagreed with you hurtfully and hatefully and rabidly. Did they hate about you? Because, man, I have never seen one of your videos go up and get so many dislikes. But
That's what happens when you speak the truth, man. Nobody can handle the fucking truth about Roman Reigns.
But yet so many likes, JD. 1,069 likes.
I know. I know what I did. I know what I said.
Hey.
I don't regret a goddamn fucking word that I said.
Why would you? I regret giving it a little bit of too much credit, I think, to be honest. I gave it too much credit because I was in the moment. If you entertain me and keep my mind going around, I come off of it kind of happy. And then what happens is I rewatch it later, and then I start complaining about it like I thought that way the whole time. But like right now, I want to rant on Ghostbusters like you wouldn't believe. These fucking bitches in this Ghostbusters movie look retarded. But that's how you felt about Raw coming off it. And I agree with a lot of your points. And you even said, you said that it was a pretty good show compared to what there's been, but you still picked it apart. You really accentuated the negatives, I think. And maybe that's what
I mean, it was a decent show, but realistically, what do you want me to say about the show after we've been given so much shit? Of course it's going to be a decent show if you're comparing it to everything else we've been given for the past 3 months. This is what I don't understand. Why people are jumping on the Raw bandwagon. Raw was great. What was great about it? Right. It was compared to shit.
Well, that's what it is. The stuff was so much shit. It's been so bad that Raw appeared to be decent because everything else has been so shit. And we have a caller, an unknown caller with their number blocked, which is always interesting.
Hello?
How's it going?
Hello?
Yes.
Good.
How you doing, man?
Good.
What do you got? All right, that's it. You lose.
Alrighty.
Jesus Christ.
Good.
Roman Reigns' penis just called us. That's what Roman Reigns' penis sounds like. What? Hey. The.
It looks like that. Well, to be honest with you, that caller had more personality than Roman Reigns does.
Jesus Christ. Justin Bailey, please save us from whatever the hell that was.
Well, I don't know if I'm going to do that exactly. Actually, I just want to pick at JD a little bit here. So I didn't really agree with your review. I did on some points, though. I'm not here just to fucking trash you, but you said in the video that if I was okay or if anybody was okay at the way the end of that show was booked, you're a fucking asshole. In a sense of I don't know exactly what you were pertaining to, but if I was personally okay with the way that show ended, why exactly am I an asshole?
Uh-oh.
You must have missed my video today where I clarify everything, man. 40 minutes of just clarification on everything.
Okay, well, you're right. I did miss that video. I must not have seen that. So, therefore, I apologize, and I will check it out.
Wait.
And what I
no.
said exactly is whoever is watching the modern product and is okay with what's been going on is a fucking asshole. I never mentioned anything about the end of the show. At the end of the show, I fucking hated for many, many reasons because nobody is thinking of the consequences that are going to come out of this. And everybody, I'm very frustrated about the fans, how fucking gullible they are for eating the WWE shit that they throw at them. Monday Night Raw is not building any momentum. They gave you one good show, and that's what they're supposed to do every week. Monday Night Raw, compared to everything else that happened the past couple of weeks, obviously was going to be good. Roman Reigns' title win, looking back at what Sheamus has given us for the past 3 weeks, is going to be good. There's no comparison here, and everybody's jumping for joy. Monday Night Raw is going to gain some momentum. Let's see how it goes. I want Monday Night Raw to be better than anything. I've been saying it for fucking ever. But you can't judge off one show.
But the point is, JD, like, okay, so Roman has the belt now. You acted like at the end of this show that the fucking world was coming to an end because of this. So how would you have had this show ended? How would you have booked the end of the show?
The show wouldn't have happened if it was me. Dean Ambrose would be in replace of everything else that the Authority is going through right now with Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns would be the heel. Roman Reigns needs to be a heel. Nobody understands the consequences of Roman Reigns being a heel. You had Vince McMahon, of a face, rather. You had Vince McMahon come back who's 70 years old, and everybody's telling me every good face needs a great villain to compliment him. I totally agree on that, but in this case, it's a 70-year-old CEO who's complimenting him. Meanwhile, WWE put so much stock into giving Roman Reigns the best fucking push possible to get this guy over. And this was the last-ditch effort that they fucking pulled out of their hat, and it actually did something okay in the terms of getting the audience to get excited about something. But now you look at it, who's Roman Reigns going up against? There are no heels for Roman Reigns to go up against. And nobody understands that Triple H is still looming. He's going to get his retribution. He's going to be in the Royal Rumble, and he might even win the Royal Rumble. And we're looking at a Triple H versus Roman Reigns main event for WrestleMania. Does everybody want that?
The submarine's going down again, JD.
But
no,
why
dude.
exactly? Why is Triple H facing Roman Reigns? Just because of simply what happened at TLC? That doesn't mean that he's going to be facing Triple H. That could just mean that Triple H is going to do everything he can to fuck him over.
Justin, who else is Triple H going up against at WrestleMania? The Rock is not going to be there. Batista's not going to be there. Stone Cold's not going to be there. You know, there's nobody else for Triple H to go up against at WrestleMania. And being that it's 32, you know Triple H is going to be there. They've been building this for months now with Roman Reigns and Triple H. They're going to go one-on-one. It's set in stone.
Well, do you think what if they do it at Royal Rumble? Some people think that Sheamus might not even get that chance at Rumble. It will happen at Raw or whatever, or maybe even the first night of SmackDown when it's live, and Sheamus gets his rematch then.
All right, Joe. Then who wins the Royal Rumble? If Roman Reigns fights Triple H at the Royal Rumble for the title, then who wins the Royal Rumble? John Cena? Then we get an even worse fucking situation.
Brock Lesnar.
That's the only thing I would take.
I would take Daniel Bryan too.
But didn't Vince McMahon say that he wouldn't book 2 WrestleManias in a row with the same main event?
He did that with Cena and The Rock.
Yeah,
exactly.
But I don't think
now he's going to go back on his word again.
What do you think? What about this? Why? See, I'm excited for this reason. Part of why I'm excited is because I'm thinking, what if we get Daniel Bryan coming back in the Rumble and he wins the Rumble and he faces Roman Reigns at WrestleMania? Wouldn't that be the most exciting thing we could have done? That would be the most entertaining match to me. Roman Reigns versus Daniel Bryan. Pick your side, and here we go.
I would love if that happened, but I don't see WWE doing that. You know, and another thing, Justin, I don't understand why everybody's jumping on Roman Reigns' fucking nutsack. You know, Roman Reigns doesn't deserve the title, in my opinion. I mean, the WWE champion is supposed to exude entertaining values and fucking, he's supposed to be the best wrestler on the roster. Roman Reigns is neither of these things. Everyone is fucking criticizing Roman Reigns for fucking giving the worst promo of all time the week prior. Now that he's won the WWE Championship, everybody's swinging from his nutsack. Roman Reigns is not an entertainer. He doesn't know how to entertain, period. You know, I gave him his props about doing fucking,
Philly crowd.
A main event thing that's, he went against Lesnar, Bryan, Wyatt, and he delivers every fucking time. He can't wrestle. He's a world champion is supposed to, lead in the ring. And Roman Reigns is not going to lead as a world champion. Everybody he gets in the ring with is going to be fucking leading him.
People, listen, JD. People aren't swinging from Roman Reigns' nutsack. I was happy for Roman winning the belt. Do I think that he deserves it? No, not really. But he's very fucking impressive as of lately. He's come a long way. Yeah, he can't talk for shit on the microphone. But just because I'm okay with him winning the belt, I'm not swinging from his nutsack. The past couple of fucking pay-per-views, he's put on some of the best matches on the card. That's just the way it is. You can't tell me that match he had with Bray Wyatt at Hell in a Cell did not steal that fucking show. He's done that time in and time again, and I'm not saying he deserves the belt. I'm with you. But I'm not swinging from his nutsack because I'm okay with Sheamus, of all fucking people, losing that belt to Roman Reigns, who was hands down more entertaining.
Losing your connection.
Sorry. I'm just saying that Roman Reigns in the ring is entertaining to me.
Yeah, no, I got what you're saying. You sound like RoboCop now, but I got exactly what you're saying. But
if he entertains me in the ring,
yeah,
that's all that matters. Whether he talks shit on the microphone, that doesn't mean I'm hanging from his nutsack because I'm okay with the guy entertaining me.
You're right.
There's a difference between hanging on his balls and saying, "Oh, he's the best fucking wrestler in the world," because he's not.
Oh shit, I just lost JD too. I just hung up on JD, and I had to get rid of Justin because he sounded like RoboCop. I couldn't hear what he was saying, but I accidentally I hung up on JD from New York. That's what I get for hanging up on JD. Oh, call me back, JD. Jesus. All right, man. I don't know. I get you. There's donations are coming in.
I don't think Bryan would be good for Reigns if the WWE is trying to push him to be the man. Bryan would steal all the spotlight.
Yeah, you're right. Bryan would screw the whole thing up, no doubt about, for the WWE's plans at least. So you're right. It would be, they definitely, that's part of the reason why you wouldn't see Bryan back now, but then you could see him back at the Rumble. I mean, that's the whole point of that whole deal, and I hope that's what happens. Thank you for the donation, by the way. I appreciate the donation. When you donate $3.16, you get the Stone Cold Hell Yeah. Tonight we're looking for $5. If you can all donate $5, you'll become a shit bum. And I want you to become a shit bum because we love shit bums. I get what he was saying. I'm kind of somewhere in the middle of you two. I'm kind of pissed off about the whole deal, but I got to give some kind of credit, but I don't want to hang from his nutsack whatsoever because I'm still not buying the bullshit. I don't care.
And another thing, Joe,
Yeah.
it's the fact that everybody's saying that the Monday Night Raw and Vince McMahon, they pulled the trigger in Philadelphia. You know, he was cheered in December, and then he was booed out of the building with The Rock in January. Two completely different fucking crowds.
The crowds are so different. This was a Monday Night Raw crowd that didn't pay, that was like sitting on their hands.
This is the Monday Night Raw crowd where the families take their fucking kids and they go watch Monday Night Raw and they buy souvenirs and fucking programs. In January, these are people that flying all over the world to pay fucking top dollar to sit front row at the Royal Rumble. Of course they're gonna fucking boo everything that WWE's giving them because it's shit.
Right.
This you could fucking you could put fucking Heath Slater in the fucking main event. These people would cheer it.
Oh yeah, I mean you're right. It's a whole different crowd, and that's one of the biggest difference of this whole thing. So you're right, but I got to give some kind of credit. But here's the thing. Here's why I don't give a lot of credit at all, and the real reason is because of this. It's like a glitch, JD. It's like a glitch in a video game. You ever play with a friend who doesn't like enjoy the game? Let's say like especially like Madden or NHL. If you play EA Sports NHL or Madden or a baseball game, you ever seen a guy instead of playing the game like you'd play it normally, like you don't play the hockey game like a hockey game. Instead, every time you get the puck, you keep the puck with one guy, you start from behind your net, you go all the way up the side corner boards, then you just go towards the corner and then shoot the puck, and you know there's a glitch that when you hit that spot, like 30% of the time the puck just automatically goes in. So you try it 20 times during the game. Now, it only goes in 2 times or so, but you know you're going to get that glitch to happen. And as the guy's opponent, you're going, son of a bitch, this guy's trying to glitch me. And eventually this guy's going to score on me because this glitch is going to work. Well, that's what happened with Roman Reigns. They tried to score with a glitch on Roman Reigns 70 times over the past year and a half. They've tried to put him over here, there, everywhere. Look at all the examples of it. And every time it didn't work, but they kept going there. They didn't try to naturally build something or naturally play the game and score, you know what I mean, naturally let it happen as it would. They had to keep stuffing it through, keep stuffing the glitch. Keep going
the chat's asking who should be champion. They're asking me specifically who should be champion if not for Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns should be the WWE champion as a heel.
Right. It's
Why
right.
is the WWE? This is what I want to ask everybody, and this is another thing people fail to realize. Why is the WWE putting so much stock in Roman Reigns and forgetting about every other fucking body on the roster? Please answer that to me. Answer that question. They put so much effort in Roman Reigns and completely forgot about everybody else.
I think because
building up people to put against Roman Reigns.
Yeah.
But my Dean Ambrose idea was no good, right? You would have Dean Ambrose the face and Roman Reigns the heel. You would have two guys that are going to be on a collision course for WrestleMania made in the main event, and you build their future right there. Then you're set. You got two guys. You can't have one guy in the main event.
It's because I think they're freaked out. I think they really are freaked out that they have to have another number one big guy. They have to have another Stone Cold or Hulk Hogan or whatever. John Cena really is the example. And that's why they've freaked out and they've done all this stuff with Roman Reigns. Because they're freaked out. Shit bum. Shit bum.
Drew Reigns a mania.
Mickey_Tandino just donated $5. I'd love to see Samoa Joe win the Rumble and destroy Reigns at Mania. I would not like to see that at all.
I don't want anybody in NXT on Monday Night Raw.
I'm so glad you became a shit bum, Mickey, and you donated $5. Look at that pooper scooper. I don't even know what that means. But no, I wouldn't want to see that. We got the Don, I don't know why I can't take your call, man. I got to add you or something. Hold on a second, Donnie boy. I don't know why I can't add you. Why can't I do that? Can I take other phone calls? I don't know. We might be having a problem with the phones. I'll let you know though in a second.
There's no money on heel Roman? What are you talking about, bro? Like the fucking the shit in the chat. There's no money on heel Roman. Of course there is. It would be organic. It would be natural as a heel. You want to see him as a face and be like a fucking robot produced by WWE? Come on, man.
Maybe they're worried they don't. I think they're worried they don't have a face. That's what it is. If there's no Daniel Bryan and Lesnar's not here all the time, they're worried they don't have a face. Maybe that's what it is, because there is none. There is no face.
There's nobody.
But I think they're thinking like, oh, Roman Reigns has to be a face because we don't have one. Although John Cena's coming back, so I don't get it.
That's where Dean Ambrose comes into play. But they're afraid to push Dean Ambrose for some reason. I don't understand why.
I think they think it's an easier route with Okay, Justin Bailey wants to call back in again. All right, Justin, listen, I got to hang up on you, JD, because I'm having a problem. Because we started this, you called back in the party chat, and because of that, we can't take calls right now.
Oh,
so
shut up.
What I'm going to do is I'm going to hang up on you and just call me back organically. Call me back singularity. Like,
okay.
Singularity. I don't know. Fucking, I can't talk. All right, do that. JD's going to call right back. We'll be able to take your phone calls once that happens. And we'll be able to roll, and we're getting ready. I want to announce, guys, this is freaking awesome. We're killing it right now. 207 people watching us live, guys. This is one of our biggest out-of-nowhere episodes. Every single week, it gets bigger and better. I want to remind you guys that I'm live after every WWE event. I'm live right here on the Joe Cronin Show after WWE Raw. And then, of course, I want you to check out JD's perspective on his rant about Raw, which is always epic. And I hope you check that out as well. If you can also do us a favor right now, you can help us. If you can't donate and give us money and support the show, that's fine. What you can do is click that like button, stick the thumb up our asses, and then we'll get a higher ranking in these searches for wrestling and for our video. But I do appreciate that. I also want to appreciate everybody who went over and bought shirts on ProWrestlingTees.com. If you go to ProWrestlingTees.com, there's a JD from NY 206 section. You get the Off the Script t-shirt, which is fucking badass. And you can go to Joe Cronin Show as well. And you can get my hashtag fact t-shirt and some of the other ones as well. So ProWrestlingTees.com is the website where you can find us with all the other pro wrestlers shirts like Stone Cold Steve Austin, CM Punk, and Colt Cabana, and all that stuff. Also, we're brought to you by WrestleCrate. You go to WrestleCrate.com, enter in coupon code Joe Sent Me or JD Sent Me. You get 10% off your first one. And we also want to remind you that both JD and myself are part of a new website called ExtremeWrestlingPodcast.com. That's ExtremeWrestlingPodcast.com. And it's $3.99 a month. And you get me, JD, Devious Dave Rose, and Justin Bailey. It's TNA, ROH, WWE, rants, all kinds of crap covering all the wrestling. And we're doing it right. ExtremeWrestlingPodcast.com. Subscribe right now. It's only $3.99 a month, and it's tons of exclusive content on the website. And if we have any problems or questions, email them. They'll help you out. All right, back to the deal here. Let's continue with Raw. I do want to get into NXT, and we are going to talk about NXT coming up in just a few minutes here. We are going to take your phone calls. In fact, JD, let's take a phone call. People are really frothing at the mouth here to get on. The Don. Hang on a minute, Donnie boy. I'm gonna put this other guy on first. 609. You're on the Outta Nowhere, episode number 9.
Hey guys, what's going on? JD, Joe,
What's
you guys
going
are
on? Man?
amazing.
How you
I've been
doing?
watching since maybe like Royal Rumble of like 2014, I believe, with JD and Joe. JD actually got me into you. Huge fans of you guys. I really am.
Thanks,
I'm
man.
actually
609. Where you calling from?
actually Jersey.
I used to live in 609. I used to live in 609, bro.
Nice. Yeah, whenever we see those northeast numbers, you know what I mean? We gotta know.
Oh yeah. But like actually, I was gonna be trying to go into the Philly crowd for Raw, but I wasn't able to. I sent that tweet to you, Joe and JD, actually, but I was actually at the Royal Rumble crowd, and I'm like shocked at how bad they were, really.
The Royal Rumble crowd from last year?
No. I mean for Monday, actually.
Oh, Raw, yeah. Oh, in Philly.
Oh, wait a minute.
yeah.
You were at the Rumble?
Yeah, I was at the Rumble.
Yeah.
If you
Being that you were at the Rumble compared to what you've seen on Monday Night Raw, how was that different? It was different, right?
It was majorly different. Dear
course.
God, trust me. With R-Truth, when he came out, everybody was like, "Oh, what's up?" No, we were saying you suck. That's what we were chanting. Trust me, it was bad. It really was.
Wow.
But
Poor R-Truth.
no, guys, I actually have a question for you guys.
Yeah, what do you got?
Okay, so I know JD, Joe. I don't know who's gonna, if it's even a rumor going around, but for how NXT has been making Jason Jordan and Gable and pushing them to be like Charlie Haas and Shelton Benjamin as the world's greatest tag team, do you think they would be able to invest in bringing them into NXT, or maybe Triple H has actually already gotten them and they're just trying to keep it hush hush till maybe Russell, maybe I don't know.
Who do you bringing them into NXT? They're already in NXT. I don't get it. You're in
No,
WWE.
he's talking about Shelton.
Oh, no, I mean, like,
oh, you mean bringing
yeah.
those guys back?
Yeah, like, do you think there's a chance?
I don't think
maybe?
Shelton. I don't think so. I don't think you'll see them at all. No, I mean Shelton Benjamin maybe, but he should have been. He should have never been gone. I don't think he'll be back.
Unfortunately, they screwed him up with bringing his mama and all that shit. Like like what happened to what the hell's his name?
Brodus Clay.
Yeah, Brodus Clay. That's it.
Yeah, you bring your mom into stuff and then it goes to hell. You're right.
Oh yeah. We have to get rid of Vince. We gotta somehow get rid of Vince.
Really? Because he was the best thing on Raw the other night, man. I don't know why you get rid of him. He was the goddamn. He
Oh
saved.
no. Like I mean, like with the backstage bullshit and all with him and Kevin Dunn and all, and fucking up everything with Raw. I mean, you know what I mean.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with. I mean, I definitely agree with the fact that he's got his issues for sure. But I don't know. It's hard to say. It's a love-hate thing. Like I've said this before. It's like a love-hate thing that I have with Vince. It's like, I mean, I hate him. At the same time, he just entertained me out of everybody. But you know that it's his fault. It's like, oh, I'll go out there and save this and we'll put over Reigns. It was the last thing. It was he tried the glitch for the 10th time. He threw everything out there to put Reigns over, and now he had to throw himself out there to do it. Unbelievable. And you know what? You don't have a heel, so Vince all of a sudden became the heel that we didn't have, really. And then Reigns became the face that we didn't have. The crowd, for some reason, ate it up. I'm telling you, they gave away tickets at churches or something. Like, that was not Philly. They gave Pittsburgh people the seats first. Because that didn't make any sense. I mean, some of the crowd was the old Philly crowd. But a lot of them, this happens in Boston, too. I've said the same thing before. Sometimes a Boston crowd is, like, ready to go. And then other times it's the rich parents with their kids. It all depends on the economy that weekend or something. I don't know. Donnie boy, what's up?
What up, Joe? What up, JD?
What's up, man?
Man, JD, your 2 videos, man, that you put out. First, your rant video on Monday Night Raw, man, that was crazy. And then I watched your video earlier today before I went to class. I was like, damn, you really changed my views on Raw. Like,
of course, man. That's what I'm here to do. Everybody's jumping down my throat, but they're not thinking about it. They're all fucking, again, like I said before, everybody's swinging from range jock. For what? Nobody's thinking about a long-term consequence here. Me and my brother talk about that. He was here watching TLC. We both said the same thing. And then he immediately texted me after Raw. This shit's lame.
Yeah, Leah loves JD's video. She hates Reigns. She's like, yes, fuck this. Leah was mad.
as soon as you mentioned like Triple H, it could be possibly win the Royal Rumble, I was like, no, I didn't even think about that. I'm like, no.
Imagine that.
It was crazy.
I think it's Cena. I think
That
Cena is
just
going to
blew
win.
my mind. I was like, I didn't really think of that.
Guys, you want to be put in WWE shoes right now? Think about this. Well, you know what, guys? We gotta have John Cena come back. Because who is everybody gonna boo more?
Worse.
If you put John Cena against Roman Reigns, the fans are gonna choose Reigns. And not only does John Cena pass the torch to Roman Reigns, but you know the fans pretty much are gonna be against Cena at that point.
Or
So-
they could just walk out the building.
Dude, I'm gonna kill myself because
I think the match is going to get booed out of the building. To be honest, I think both men are going to be fucking tortured.
I have a bad feeling that it won't happen. That they'll, I don't know. I have a bad feeling that it will get by, just like that Philly crowd last night let that stuff get by.
But JD, I gotta ask you a question. Like, who do you think could be champion besides Roman Reigns? Maybe Kevin Owens.
Nobody. There's nobody on the roster that deserves to be champion. WWE gave it to Roman Reigns because they have this infatuation with Roman Reigns, and it's better than Sheamus. It gives us more options than compared to Sheamus. But Roman Reigns should have been a heel. Vince McMahon should have took a chance. You could always turn him back to a face. It's not that big of a deal. Everybody went through the heel phase. Shawn Michaels, Bret Hart, fucking Hulk Hogan was a heel, for Christ's sakes. Roman Reigns was not going to be hurt if he turned heel. In fact, he would have started his career on the right track if he was a heel.
Yeah, it would have been like a reset to cleanse him almost. Like cleanse
Nobody
him.
was better than Hulk Hogan when he turned heel. Hulk Hogan was a fucking all-American guy for how long? When he turned heel and fucking put the black beard on, he was absolutely fucking great at what he did. Roman Reigns would have been the same thing.
I don't know if you'll get that with Cena, but because I still don't think they'll turn him because they never have to. They can simply put him against, Roman Reigns as this good guy versus good guy. Pass the torch, Super Cena wins the Rumble deal. And that's what I'm really worried about now. You've got me thinking that this is going to be Cena. It's going to be him at the Rumble.
And then, Joe, if you think about it, the Rumble is used to catapult guys' careers.
Yeah.
Does John Cena need a Royal Rumble? No. Does Triple H need a Royal Rumble? No. The only logical choice here that I would be okay with, even though he doesn't need it, is Brock Lesnar, because Brock Lesnar, out of everybody, makes the most sense. He never got his rematch for the WWE Championship.
Right. It's still owed to him. I mean, well, maybe he'll get his rematch. Fuck, I don't even know, man. It's just there's so much adding up that the WWE forgets about and like thinks we'll forget about. Like, how many people are owed rematches for the WWE Championship that we forgot about, that they have never acknowledged? So there's just so much shit just compiling. And what do you do? I mean, Roman Reigns goes into WrestleMania with the title and then keeps it against Cena? Or
I don't know, man. I
mean,
I just don't know. This is the only thing good that comes out of it. We don't know.
You're right. That's true. We don't know. We don't know if it's Cena. We don't know if it's Bryan. We don't know if it's Brock Lesnar. We don't know if it's someone else we don't know about. I mean, we don't know what's going to happen. Let's turn the page over to, and we'll come back to this, of course, and we'll take your calls in a little while. I'm going to put the phones on hold for a second, and we're going to come back to your phone calls in just a few minutes. Right now, I want you to click the like button and stick the thumb up our asses, and I'm just going to sniff some of this Sharpie. All right, there we go. There we go. Now I can get on your level, you fucking lovers of Raw and Roman. Okay, so here's the deal. Emma versus Asuka opens up the night here. NXT TakeOver. Place looks amazing. It's London. It's time to go. And Emma and Asuka just put on the perfect type of opening match. That match was great.
It was match of the night, if you ask me, man.
I think it was my favorite match of the night. You're right. It just was a classic opening type of match. Emma looked great. Asuka did too. She looks like the Ultimate Warrior and Jimmy Superfly Snuka on goddamn acid or something. Like, it's great. I love her. I love Emma. I love her new badass gimmick. I like that they messed her music up a little bit and made it. I love that music, man. When she comes out to that music, she's got it going on. If only the women who went from NXT to the main roster could have kept their mystique, because I feel like mystique is worn off. for the women who've gone to the main roster. But that match was great, man. I don't know if is there anything that you saw in this thing other than what I saw that was, because it was just full of great stuff. I don't even remember everything.
Two things. I'm wondering why Emma, after watching this match, why Emma was never given a shot on the main roster. She's fucking awesome. Emma is awesome.
Well, she was given a shot.
Yeah, but a real shot I'm talking about, not being paired with Santino Marella.
Well, I don't know. I think that she was. Let's remember, all the fans in NXT were doing that stupid thing with her.
Yeah, so that got over down there. It just didn't translate well to the main roster. And
yeah,
I think the way Emma is right now, I think it's going to be a little bit more main roster ready. But as well as Asuka, I think they're grooming Asuka for Bayley at NXT Dallas. That's going to be fucking unbelievable.
There was a great exchange too. I'm not sure if Asuka's going to get Bayley now, to be honest. But you're right; they may be doing that. It was interesting. We saw Asuka and Nia Jax in the back. What the fuck just happened?
Internet's not working.
Your internet's not working?
Yep, my whole internet's not down.
My screen just flashed. JD, you still here?
I'm here.
I'm still online right now.
I can't even get onto Facebook.
Oh, that's so weird. My screen just flashed, and the my bad. There's sound again. We're back. Sorry about that. We're back. Holy shit. Oh, man. Roman Reigns had our show shut down. That's what just happened. Roman Reigns didn't like what we were saying about him. And Roman Reigns was like, well, fuck those guys. I'm going to take down their stream because I'm Roman Reigns. That's what he was saying. He was like, you guys are setting records on Out of Nowhere tonight. God damn, you know what? I can't have you setting records over there, having all these people watching you, so I'm going to take you down. That's what Roman Reigns did and said. But you can't take us down, motherfuckers. How about that? We're back. We're big and better than ever. How about that?
So where were we? Let's pick up where we left off. We're talking about fucking Asuka and Emma.
Okay, so I said Asuka had a little exchange with Nia Jax. Fuck the hacker, by the way. Nice try, dickhole. Oh my god, that was great. They had this exchange in the back, like they were gonna fight. But I love their exchange. I also want to mention to you that I think Nia Jax is great. Everything she does, I mean, her outfits are ridiculous. Her music is ridiculous. I'm not like most girls.
Dude, I couldn't help but fucking laugh when she came out with that shit. I immediately thought of you singing that shit.
Everyone told me that. I fucking can't tell you how much I love that. Everyone tweeting me like, Joe, all I can think of is the song you did, and that's great. That's awesome. So that's what happened, though. I mean, there you go. But I think her facial expressions are there. I think she's really believable. She's ridiculous looking a little bit, but that's okay. You know, I still like that. Listen, while I set up a few more things real quick, I'm going to take a call. Jordan Turner, man, what's up?
What's up, bro? How you doing, man?
I'm doing pretty good. How are you tonight?
I'm good, man. What's up, JD? How you doing, bro?
What's up, man? What's going on?
Nothing, man. Just chilling. NXT was just, like I said on your channel, JD, it was amazing. The matches from top to bottom were, like, epic. I loved every single match on that card.
Yeah, dude. It was a complete show again. It was a great takeover. I don't think it was like the best takeover, but it was great. How about Finn Balor's get up there? Yeah, the Jack the Ripper deal. How about that? Did you like that? He's done stuff like this, you know, over the course of the years, you know. But
yeah.
What do you think about what he did tonight? I
think he did amazing. His entrance blew me away.
No, I'm glad it did. Did you go to the moon? What was your favorite part of the night? What was your favorite part of NXT TakeOver tonight?
My actual favorite part was Asuka versus Emma. I really thought that match really was the best match on the card, in my opinion.
I think we agree. I think me and JD agree with that.
Yeah.
I think we both loved that match. It was like a classic sort of opening match for WWE. It was that old style. It's the way to get things going. You almost wish there was something else that could have, gone above that. But whatever. I'm just so happy. You just know you're going to get, whenever you watch NXT, you know you're going to get one big-ass match that's going to kick ass. And I'm glad we got that. Thank you for the call, Jordan. We're back and rolling. Donations are in the description box below if you want to donate to support the show so I can buy a crazy satellite dish that repels all hackers. Then you can you can donate down there, man. I think that's the first time that's ever happened to me. I'm really excited because that happens to everybody else, but I'm so excited that it finally happened to me. It's great. But that's what you get when you take the unknown callers.
That's all right. We're at 183 people watching. We're almost at that 200 mark where we were before this fucking asshole fucked with us.
Spread this whole thing out. Spread your legs all over the place. It was probably that hockey guy who's gone crazy in Germany, or that fat fuck over there too. But no, seriously, NXT was great tonight, and what else we got? Baron Corbin beats Apollo Crews. Did you see that?
I was shocked by that, man. The one thing about that match is the only gripe I had was that I think Baron Corbin needs to just slightly pick up the pace a little bit, man. He's a little bit too slow for my tastes.
Really?
Yeah.
He would call you a bitch for saying that.
I really like Corbin. I think he's going to go a long way. I like both guys, and I'm glad he won. He seems like every takeover we have, he's always fucking losing.
I agree, and it's good. He needs to go there. He might go after Finn Balor. Might be the next thing he does. And he's been there a while, too. For some of these guys, like Apollo Crews, just comes in all of a sudden. He's a big deal. And Baron Corbin already been working at it. So it's nice to see him get that put over. You thought they were going to give Apollo Crews the Reigns treatment, but, there we go. 901, you're on Outta Nowhere, episode number 9. JD and Joe Cronin, what's up?
Hey, how you doing, Joe?
I've been better. No, I'm doing all right. I'm doing pretty good. I just saw NXT. It's all good.
Hey, what's going on, JD? This is my first time calling, and I just wanted to comment on the Nia Jackson-Bailey match.
Okay.
I actually thought it was really
shit bomb.
Thanks for answering my call, guys. NXT TakeOver was great. It's what I've been waiting for. Emma impressed me and can't believe they wouldn't let her wrestle in the main roster, but had to play with Santino's snake. Nia Jax looked like the Shredder got neutered.
Oh, Foster 1294, thanks for donating $5 and becoming a shit bum. I appreciate that, and we thank you. And you have interrupted this caller here who is going to go into I don't know what you were going to say, but it was getting good, so I can't wait to hear it. What's up?
No, I was just going to say really the best part of the story between Nia Jax and Bailey was that Jax was physically superior, but her inexperience just led her to being over-aggressive, which led to her loss. And I believe that's just a simple way to book a match between those two. Like on the main roster, it would have been probably stupid, and then I think her losing can do more for her going forward. She can probably acknowledge her weaknesses in that match, and then we can probably.
Joe, you see how he said that it would be stupid if it was on the main roster, which I agree with him 100%. And it's fucked up that we all think that way, because if you think about what we've seen tonight with Nia Jax and Bailey, it was a great fucking story. Bailey is the female version of Daniel Bryan. If she lost that match tonight, I think everybody would be fucking sad that she lost because we're so emotionally invested in Bailey. She's just got that fucking Daniel Bryan vibe to her. Now, if that match was on the main roster, people would look at it, this is boring. Get the shit off my fucking TV. Because that's what WWE portrays their women as, boring. But down at NXT tonight in London with the fucking crowd going crazy for everything, it was amazing.
I broke a nail, and I turned on you, and we're bitches, and we can. Yeah, it's really bizarre.
And I just think the loss does more for Nia Jax than a win would have done for Bailey going forward. And another thing, as far as the Corbin and Crews match, it was short. It was shorter than I thought it would be. But I expected Crews to lose because, like I said, I think a loss for him does more than a loss for Cruz does more for him, and a win for Corbin does more for him as well going forward, because with Cruz, it's kind of like, well, that shit really ain't that easy, because that's what the crowd chants every week, like it's too easy. So that loss to Corbin can kind of probably make him work hard enough. We may see more in his moveset. We may see him be more aggressive. As far as Corbin, we can probably see him go challenge Finn for the title, and he might actually be the one to take the title from Finn. And then now you have plenty of things you can set up. You can set up a rematch between Corbin and Cruz, and then you got Tommy coming back soon. You got Sami Zayn coming back. So it's just NXT builds for the next 3 to 4 months, whereas Raw and SmackDown, they build like on they don't build this far ahead as far as their people.
Right. Well, I think that what you're saying is right, and this is why they did that too. And everybody who lost, actually, it was good that they lost. I mean, Apollo Crews had to lose sometime. He had a big honeymoon period, so it was good to see him kind of use that to remind you that Baron Corbin's where he's at, and not just keep having Apollo Crews win, or lose illegitimately. But it was, I think
the match lasted perfect time.
Yeah.
I don't think it should have went any longer. I don't think Baron Corbin is used to going more than 10 minutes, to be honest with you.
I'm surprised he carried it.
I think my concern with Baron Corbin, I love the entrance is great, the look is great. He's a dink. He's powerful. He's big, and he's hated. He's kind of hated. And my only concern with him is his longevity in the ring. Like, where is he gonna go? What's his level that he's gonna reach? Because aside from squashing somebody or hanging a little bit, like Samoa Joe? He had the best match with so far, something like that.
Yeah,
he's been better ever since he had a match with Samoa Joe. I don't know what Joe did, but he's been better ever since.
I think they've let him do more. He's come out of that whole I'm a heel who squashes people deal, but I still think he still has to be able to go longer than this to reach his next level. At some point, we're gonna have to see this guy wrestle for 20 minutes.
Right.
And what he does then, I don't know. And it almost seems like it all depends on who his opponent is. If he has the right guy in with him, he can look okay. But if he gets the wrong guy, it's a mess. And I think the brawling mentality, the way that Joe can be a brawler but also be quick and athletic, really helped Baron Corbin in that match, which is, I think, Samoa Joe's best match to date, too. Tonight was pretty good against Balor, but one thing that I noticed about Balor is, I don't know what it is, but in a lot of his matches, his matches aren't bad, but his matches don't seem to create the excitement in the match. Like, the match never quite builds the same way others sometimes do.
That NXT London crowd was a real wrestling crowd.
Yep.
Holy shit, those guys had one job and they fucking exceeded at it. Amazing show today. Also, shit bum.
Shit bum? Nay16. Thank you for donating $5 and becoming a shit bum. Nay16, I appreciate that. And so does Jay.
And Joe, I know you were saying something about Finn Balor, and I know exactly why you feel that way.
Right.
The problem is Finn Balor should be a heel, in my opinion. I believe if they turn Finn Balor heel with that little ugly-ass jacket that he flails every week,
yep,
he will look better in the ring. He just has a heel look to me, and I think he's very bland as a babyface. I don't like him as a babyface.
I don't mind. I don't mind either one, to be honest. I don't mind his entrance. I love his entrance, actually. And then I love the look and what he does, and he does a lot of kind of exciting moves. But he, what I've been noticing recently with him is, and I love Finn Balor. He's like one of the best guys around. It's just that every match, it seems like, he runs at someone, he jumps at them, he drop kicks them, the Pele comes, he gets thrown. Think of these women's matches, like Sasha Banks versus Bayley, even Nia Jackson, Sasha Banks tonight, especially Emma and Asuka. Like, they did a bunch of stuff tonight that was like, I didn't know what was going to happen at all. But whenever I see Finn Balor, I kind of know what's going to happen, and it kind of goes the same way. It's not a bad match, but it's not an epic match. It's like a 7 or an 8. Every time I see Balor, it's like a 7. Whereas I think Emma and Asuka tonight hit like an 8.5. And I think, that I'm trying to think of the other match that was better, but maybe I can't.
Oh, we had Enzo Amore and Colin Cassidy versus the Mechanics. But
That was a good. I mean, that was a pretty good match too. But I'm surprised that I thought they were going to win the titles tonight.
me too. I don't know. I mean, I don't like Dawson Dash, but their gimmick is just it's way throwback, and that would fail on Monday Night Raw, no question. But they are fucking legit in the ring.
Well, I think that's part of their goal over there is like, hey, you know, let's have this throwback, boring type of classic style tag team. These guys are both generic looking, so they went with that. So I understand that because that's going to make them hated and heels automatically. Then they're full of themselves, all that stuff. So that makes sense. I get it. Did you put your video down on purpose? Oh, fuck. We just got hit again.
Are you sure? Because oh
Fuck.
fuck. You sure?
What?
You sure we're getting hit?
Mm-hmm.
Who did you take calls from?
Well, that dude who just called.
I thought you weren't taking any weird calls.
I didn't take a weird call. He was a normal number.
This isn't fair. I haven't done anything.
I believe.
If you're sure we're getting hit, I would just mark everybody that's called between then and now and not take their calls. You know what's weird?
What's that?
I'm on Comcast's outage map,
Yeah.
and Boston has a yellow dot over it.
Oh.
And somebody in the comments wrote 2 hours ago, Westfield, Mass, internet down since
Oh.
10.
Oh. Maybe there is something going on there.
They're working on something.
Hey, JD.
Yep.
Okay. There's some kind of outage map in Massachusetts right now for Comcast, Leah said she found. So there could be a possibility that this is just fucking Massachusetts Comcast shit's going down. So maybe, hopefully that's what it is. Because I did reset my router, so it's weird that they were able to do it again. But
I
Yeah.
only got a hiccup where you got booted.
what, Leah?
I only had a hiccup, you got booted.
Oh yeah, Leah had a hiccup, but I got completely booted. But that makes me think it is the hacking thing though, because that's what would happen.
They can single out your computer.
Yeah, whatever. I don't know. Fuck it. Hey, Rape It. What's up, everybody? Holy shit, are we back? I don't know. We gotta go find out we're back.
I think we're back.
Comcast is down. We're fucking... I don't know what's going on. This is nothing like what used to happen to me. There's either some crazy-ass hacker out there who really loves Roman Reigns, or fucking Massachusetts is having problems with internet right now, is what Leah's reading. So maybe that's what the issue is. I don't know. We should test the theory and fucking go on your channel. Part 2 on yours.
Yeah.
But no, this is really weird, man. Remember earlier, JD, I was like, oh, man, the internet's been so great.
Yeah, you just pretty much fucked yourself by saying that.
Yeah, right? It's not that, though. This is a whole different thing. This is a whole different fucking animal that's going on right now. Justin Bailey, if you're listening, please give us a call. He wanted to retort some things with you, and I want to hear the battle between Bailey and JD. That's what I want to hear. So please, please, Justin Bailey, call up. I want to hear you attack JD. I wonder what this video is going to look like when it uploads after crashing twice. You know? But don't worry, I've got hacker Steve on this already. My buddy, my friend Steve, who's a crazy fucking... He was on a list once for the fucking government. He's already looking into it for me, so he's finding out. I gave him access to my shit, my router, and he can trace fucking... You wouldn't believe what this fucking guy can trace. One time this guy did something, and this dude faxed me everything, and I go, I don't even want to know this shit. He was telling me street corners, the fucking house address. It was unbelievable what this guy can find. So, I mean, if there is somebody fucking with us, we'll fucking find him. And he knows people who hurt you. So that's good to know. Okay, Justin Bailey is here. We're continuing Out of Nowhere episode 9, despite either whether it's Comcast or the hackers, we don't know. Justin Bailey, but we will find out soon when I talk to my buddy Steve, because he's fucking a dork and he's crazy, and he was in the goddamn military. He works for NASA now. Justin Bailey, what's up, man?
Does my phone sound like shit?
No, I mean, this is okay. I can fuck it. At least we're up. You know what I mean? We were crashed for a bunch of times tonight, so this is better than being crashed. I'll take it.
Right?
Okay,
so
you built up some anger here, I assume, maybe.
Yeah, something shitted out earlier. I was starting to sound like a robot or something, and I got cut. I actually think JD got cut off too. But anyways, so yeah, there was something else I wanted to pick at too. And Joe, you actually agreed with him on this. This is kind of at both of you guys. So you said that, this was an entirely different crowd than at the Royal Rumble last year. That last year it was the Philly crowd. The diehard Philly fans. Last night not last night, but the Raw crowd you're trying to say was just a bunch of fucking moms and kids and shit filling the crowd cheering for, the good-looking babyface or whatever. But that's bullshit, okay? Because when the ECW guys came on the screen, that fucking crowd erupted. Those fans in there knew about the roots of ECW. Every picture that came up on there, they cheered for it loudly because they knew that was their fucking place and those were their guys. So that was that crowd. It may not have been the exact same crowd, and it may not have been that pay-per-view audience that you're saying it was, but that crowd that night knew who ECW was. So therefore, you can't say that the moms and all the kids knew that, because they wouldn't know who ECW was. Yeah,
well, okay. What do you think, JD? I don't know.
I mean, he has a point. I mean, it's still a watered-down version of the Royal Rumble crowd. I mean, you're not going to really convince me otherwise. That Royal Rumble crowd was fucking unlike anything I've seen all year.
I agree with you. I do agree that it was a watered-down crowd. I will give you that 100%, because there is a difference between a pay-per-view type of crowd that comes out than a Raw, because people know with the pay-per-view, there's a good chance they will get quality. With a Raw, it's a hit or miss usually.
What do you think about where do you see Roman Reigns? Do you think, because I think that I'm really worried now that Cena's going to win the Rumble, and it's going to be Reigns Cena.
Well, he just tweeted. I think he just tweeted both of us. He doesn't think Cena's going to win the Royal Rumble.
No, Cena's not going to win the Rumble, and they're not going to face each other at WrestleMania. That just won't happen. That's just not. It's not good marketing.
Well, then if you got to look at it this way, Joe, he might be right. I mean, if Cena goes against Reigns, then who's the Undertaker going to go against? There's nobody for the Undertaker.
It's Cena versus Taker. That's what's going to happen.
It's just, I just think to myself, like, why? Why is it Cena versus Taker? Why? After Undertaker already losing, I'm just kind of like, unless it's for the WWE Championship, I don't know what it's for. Just because they never fought, maybe, or something? Did they ever fight? I mean, is that what it is? I gotta know, Taker.
Well,
maybe it's a career-ending match. Who the fuck knows?
We're not getting Sting, and we're not going to get Brock Lesnar versus Undertaker 4. So that's good things on both ends for that. Because to be honest with you, I never wanted to see Taker and Sting go at it.
I don't want to see that anymore at all either. I mean, Seth Rollins just hurt Sting, all that shit. No, I don't want to see that anymore either.
I do want to say too, real quick, and I want to go on. I just want to let JD know I agree with him 100%. I believe earlier he said if anyone deserves the WWE Championship belt, it's Dean Ambrose. Is that what you said, JD?
Yeah. I mean, I would have built Dean Ambrose to, overcome all the odds and enter the Royal Rumble thanks to the Authority by fucking him over at number 1, and I would have Dean Ambrose win the Rumble and then eventually win the title at WrestleMania and crown him the new champion. That's what I would have done. Yeah.
And you see, that's the best way to book. What should have happened is what everybody thought was going to happen, and it was going to be Roman Reigns turning down Survivor Series, therefore letting Dean win the Rumble, like you said, and go to Mania. That was. You're right. That would have been the perfect way to book it. But WWE doesn't know how to do that anymore. And I agree with you. If anybody deserves that belt, it's fucking Dean Ambrose. But at the same time, I know it's just the Intercontinental belt. He's getting a little bit of rub right now. So it's not like they're just, snuffing him on the fucking mid-card. I know everyone, that's like the mid-card belt. But, I mean, he'll get his due. But WWE is just so fucking stubborn. Their plans was to build Roman Reigns from the beginning, and they're going to go through with it 100% because they're not going to let the fans turn around just like they did the end of Bryan. They're not going to do that. That will never, surprise me if that ever happens again, where WWE allows the fans to turn around their plans.
Well, Justin Bailey, listen, you're going robot again. I'm going to keep you on, though. I got to announce a couple donations. I put them on the screen. I just want to make sure we get these in because we had a little glitch there. Lemon has donated $20, so I wanted to give you a shout-out, Lemon. I also wanted to say, largest donation of the night. That's right, for Lemon. He says, NXT equals Raw's War. Monday Night Raw equals Monday Night Nitro. I want to see a title on Bray in 2016. And again, you guys are fucking great. Out of nowhere, best wrestling podcast around. Thank you, Lemon. Also, Deacon Do Dirty with $1 donation. Here's $1 for your investment in a VPN. On another note, Bray Wyatt is my favorite wrestler. Where do you see his future going? And I think Lemon kind of brought it up right there. I think his future has to go to a title. He's got to get a championship, and he's got to be main eventing at some point in 2016.
I agree.
And who better if Reigns does, end up staying face and having that face run? You would think he would have more matches against Bray Wyatt. And maybe we don't want him to be face. I understand that. I don't want that either. But let's look at it this way. This is very interesting because if WWE gets what they want, which is this Reigns face push, Reigns is the face of the company, Reigns with the WWE World Heavyweight title, well, they have good news coming because another young superstar who can be the main villain in the WWE, his name is Bray Wyatt, and these two guys have already proven that they can have really good chemistry with each other. So you've already built two guys who can have this rivalry for years to come because of what they've done in the past. Problem is, it leaves people like Dean Ambrose out of this deal. I think, you know what, JD, you're going to freak out because I think they're going to turn goddamn Dean Ambrose heel one of these days, and he'll be coming up against Reigns for the title.
I mean, even at that point, I wouldn't. I mean, it's too late. It's not the route I would have gone, but I mean, it's better than fucking anything that WWE's got planned right now. I mean, they got nobody until all the injuries are fucking, healed up.
I think one of the biggest problems is for about the past 2.5, even probably 3.5 years, the WWE Championship has been pretty much reigned supremely by heels. Because Daniel Bryan only held that belt for 2 months before another heel grabbed it. It was Randy Orton, then it was pretty much Rollins, and he's held that for that long. So pretty much we've covered about 3 years worth of heels. So sooner they have to have a fighting babyface champion go for a little while.
Yeah, we do have to have a babyface. I was even saying before that, hey, maybe I thought that whoever the champion was at WrestleMania would drop it within 2 to 3 months. So I was going the other way with that. That's just what I thought they would do. But now, with what you're saying, if Reigns holds the title past WrestleMania, which he very well could, the dream scenario for me, again, is Daniel Bryan coming back in the Rumble and wrestling Roman Reigns and then winning it. But the problem is, if that doesn't happen, we're going to get fucking Reigns for who knows how long. Yeah. How long are we going to have Reigns? Or does he end up facing Dean Ambrose, or does Dean Ambrose screw him? What happens at WrestleMania if Roman Reigns holds the title to WrestleMania? What happens at WrestleMania? Does he just get this face defense and keep the title over somebody, which would be different, not the norm?
It depends on who he goes up against. I mean, if it's Lesnar, I don't see Roman Reigns beating Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania again.
I think I do, because I think the whole point is, you know what I mean? No one's beaten Lesnar clean yet, and Lesnar's Undertaker win still means something. And honestly, he's got to put somebody over, and you have to put over the next guy. And who is that? It's Reigns. So if Lesnar destroys in the Rumble, and you're like, oh shit, here comes Lesnar, and then Roman defeats him definitively at WrestleMania, that's what ideally you'd want, and that's what I think the WWE would want. And that's what I think we would see if that's the case.
I think we can all agree that when Seth Rollins comes back, he's just going to have the belt again.
Yeah.
Well,
he's coming back as a face.
Face, yeah. He's going to be. They may have. You may see now. Of course, I mentioned he could do the old-fashioned Triple H thing. Come back as this gigantic face. Everyone's behind him. Everyone's happy to see him back. That's how much we care. We felt bad for him and everything. And then all of a sudden, within a week or 2 weeks, he goes right back to fucking doing the worst thing you could possibly think and be like, you all thought I was gonna be different, John. Right back to it.
That's probably what will happen. And I just want to say about the Lesnar thing, I don't think he's going to go 21 years undefeated like Taker did. I get that. But I do think he is going to have quite a ride by not being pinned clean for a while. Because I really think that's kind of their go-to big money guy at this point.
Yeah, I agree. With that. I think the only time Lesnar should be pinned clean is when he puts someone over and then finally just doesn't come back to the WWE again.
Right. I agree.
So that being said, NXT was great tonight. How would you guys rank this NXT? JD, how do you think about this NXT takeover compared to all the other ones we've seen? I mean, where would you put this thing on the? And I forget all of them completely, but the bottom of the pile, the middle of the pile.
It's tough. It's tough to rate obviously they're all great. I mean, it all goes based on the crowd reactions. Brooklyn was fucking amazing, and London was amazing. And I just think they just do everything right in NXT. The 5 matches, the 2 hours, it's just everything just flows nicely. The storylines and the stories that are told in the ring. I mean, I'm not gonna give it a 10 because I mean, rarely anything gets a 10, but I would give it a solid 8.5, 9. To be honest with you.
Wow. Okay.
You stay awake and you want more, dude. Every time these things end, you just want another half an hour. Give me another half an hour, and then it's over.
I would probably honestly give tonight's takeover. I would probably give tonight an 8.5, maybe a 9. I don't think it had a. Yeah, I mean, it was really good. It was very similar to all the other ones, and you never know. Like funny enough, it seemed like the first match was the one that stole the show, and then the rest of the matches were all solid. Everything was interesting. I don't know why, but Enzo Amore and Cass. I mean, I was fired up to see them win the titles. And for them to lose, I was pissed. I mean, it's amazing what the emotions that they can evoke out of me in NXT, and on the main roster, it's like I don't even it's like I'm not even connected to it. It's like the fuck is happening? I don't even care. I'm just pissed.
I think they missed out by not putting the belts on Enzo and Big Cass at Brooklyn.
Brooklyn would have been nice, but they weren't even on the show.
Well, they was on I think they were in a dark match.
They were in a dark match, and that was aired next week on the NXT program. So,
yeah, I think that should have been the night that they should have put, because they was in some sort of tournament or something to determine that or whatever, and I don't understand why they weren't put in that match. They would have got the biggest pop.
I honestly think they're setting up the titles for Jordan and Gable. That's why.
Really? I mean,
yeah.
Oh man, I understand that Jordan Gable are gonna, when they get the titles, I mean, they got to go on a run. But I thought tonight was the perfect night to put the titles on Enzo Amore and Cass, and let them finally have those titles and kind of celebrate and give them a little bit of a run. Let Jordan Gable keep killing it, and then either Enzo Amore, either Cass and Enzo drop it through bullshit to somebody, and then Jordan and Gable can challenge them. Or even if Jordan and Gable take on Enzo and Cass. But I am surprised that this is happening this way. But clearly now it's going to be like we're really trying to. They used Enzo Amore and Cass to piss off all the fans, so that when Gable and Jordan take on Dosh and fucking Dasher and Prancer and Vixen, I don't fucking goddamn generic. Might as well call them generic tag team number 5. I don't know, but you know what? I like it though, because there's so many different characters and tag teams in NXT that I like. These guys are just like old school, like WCW, NWA.
I love them.
I don't mind it. I don't think I love them, but I mean, I like what they're doing, and I like that they're doing that. Guys, click the like button right now. We need to get to 200 likes tonight. What the fuck? Click the like button on your cell phone, on your mobile device, on your tablet, wherever you are watching it. And guys, I have a big announcement to make that I didn't tell anybody about earlier. I know we should have announced it. But ladies and gentlemen, unbelievably, in studio with me, I didn't tell you guys about this, and I know that you think you would advertise something this big And I'm sorry that I didn't do it for all the people who aren't watching right now. But ladies and gentlemen, I can't believe that this is happening, but I want it to be a swerve. The Rock is coming on the show now. The Rock, come over here, Rocky. Come on over here. You guys are going to be... This is crazy. You want a microphone? That's right, here he is. The Rock, everyone. Say something, Rock. Tell them how you're feeling. Tell them what you're doing. Oh, you got no lips. I'll talk for you, Rock. The Rock feels that NXT was the greatest show ever made by WWE and that the main roster are a bunch of pussies. That's right. The writing sucks. The chairman sucks. The TV sucks. 3 hours sucks. The show needs to go back to PG-13. Fire all the writers. Hire back Vince Russo. That's what The Rock says. Thank you, Thank you, Rock. I mean, this is a hard. This Rock is unbelievable. Well, there you go. I mean, I don't agree. I don't necessarily agree with all that he just said, but some of it I do agree with. Not all of it, but
let me tell you something, man. The Rock on tonight's show is a better creative writer than anybody in WWE right now.
I just put him near the window, so The Rock is going to sit here by the window all night long. It's unbelievable. You're probably watching it now live. Like, what the fuck is going on?
Hey, Joe, I gotta hop out of here, man. I give NXT London an 8. I thought it was a really, really good show.
I like it, Justin Bailey. Thank you, man. Appreciate it.
Oh, and by the way, we did officially sign on that special guest for the show, so you can tell everybody who that is at the end of the show.
I will tell you guys at the end of the show tonight who's coming on the show with me. Is it Sunday, or we're going to come up with another day?
It's going to be another day.
Okay, so we're going to come up with another day. I am excited to talk about that at the end of the show. I'm also excited to say the Chavo Guerrero interview, I've finally cut it the right way, and it will go up. Justin Bailey, have a good night, man.
Thank you, brother. See you, JD.
Later, man. All
right, back to work for Justin. You can see him on my show on Sundays. We usually put out a video, usually State of the WWE. Man, big kind of announcement tonight. It's really bigger for me than I don't know if anybody else. It's not something big. I don't think it's not really a big announcement to many people. They'll say, "Oh, that's what it was." Oh, but a lot of other people will say, "Wow, that's good."
Is that what you discussed with me before we actually went live?
It is, yeah.
Want to play his theme song?
Is that what I'll do to unveil who it is?
Yeah, I think that's a good idea. I think everybody's gonna kick out of it.
I think you're right. I'll do that.
Is it Sean's view? No, it's not Sean's view.
Why is it? Oh, because I'm gonna unveil something and then never tell you. Oh God. Oh man, I'm gonna tell you who it is. Then at the end of the show, it'll be the Rock again. Yeah, that's who it is. No, I'll just tell you now. Fuck it. Right? No. I'm gonna tell you at the end. I'm gonna save it to the end. You gotta wait. All right, guys. We unfortunately are not gonna take any more calls for the night until we figure out the issue that we're having. Whether it's internet, I don't think it's internet. It could be local Massachusetts internet, possibly. It could be a cyber attack. I don't know. But if it is, my buddy Steve will find out who they are and rape them. And that, and I'm telling you, man, when he rapes people, he uses a fucking spoon. And if you've ever been raped with a spoon, there's only a few of you out there probably, but the ones who have been raped with a spoon know that it's really bad and it hurts. It's weird. I told him to use a fork, but he said a fork is it cuts and it doesn't really, but the spoon really like wedges at your, if you're a girl, it hits that. Anyway, let's get out of that conversation because it's going to get weird. But anyway, I'm still sick, JD. Have you been getting sick? Because I've been sick as shit.
No, man, I feel good this winter. The weather's been nice.
God damn it.
It's 50, 60 degrees. I hope it stays that way all winter.
But I think it's cold and then it's warm and my body's fucked, dude. I've been getting more sick than usual. It's weird. I got AIDS. I don't know. But I'm about to have my my third kid. I mean, I'm gonna unveil his name soon. Everybody was always like, I want to tell you who his name should be and what his name should be. So I think I'm gonna come up with a name for him. Everybody that keeps saying they think Jeff Hardy's going to come back to the WWE, you see all this stuff about Jeff Hardy may not wrestle until late 2016. He may be going to change his style up a bit.
Yeah, I heard he might need another surgery. I'm reading something about Kurt Angle right now. Is Kurt Angle headed to NXT?
NXT?
Yeah.
You think he'd just jump right on the main roster, wouldn't you?
I don't know, man. I think if, a lot of people have mentioned Kurt Angle in the chat. I think Kurt Angle versus Daniel Bryan, I think that's something we should see at WrestleMania. I'd be okay
Oh
with that.
God, yeah, if Daniel Bryan come back, well, there's two guys. You got to be careful with both of them. You know what I mean? They're both of them are a neck injury away from hanging it up. You know. So those guys.
How would The Rock book Kurt Angle's return? That's what I'm interested in.
The Rock, I don't know. Hold on. I gotta get the Rock cam. That's what I gotta do. Because I gotta get a camera that just zooms in on only The Rock. Hold on a second.
Only on Out of Nowhere. We got the fucking Rock live tonight, and we got fucking old Joe.
There he is. Hold on, I gotta listen. The Rock communicates with me through telepathy because he doesn't have a mouth. So there's The Rock. I'm looking at him right now. He's thinking about it. He's thinking about what he thinks about Kurt Angle coming back to the WWE. Hold on, let me listen. He says, hold on, it's like a mind meld that we do. Hold on a second. Hold on. Every once in a while, you gotta do this.
Left a donation earlier in DIDNT play, but thoughts on possibly have a title on Brian 2016.
Lemon, thank you. I did get your $20 donation, and I think we did acknowledge it on the show. I did acknowledge you earlier, Lemon. $20 to the show. I appreciate that. Left a donation earlier, blah, blah, blah. Yes, title on Bray. I think I just mentioned it. I think Lemon might have just got back in here and missed that we were back on. Because I did praise you, Lemon, and I gave you largest donation of the night with $20. Dude, I think you are going to see Bray Wyatt with the WWE Championship in 2016. I think it's gotta happen. It should happen, and it will happen. And I'll tell you something. Oh shit! I dropped the Rock. Oh fuck! Oh fuck! I dropped the fucking Rock. I dropped the fucking Rock, JD. Fuck! 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 No, where did it go? Where the fuck is it? I found it. I found him. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry you had to see that. But no, it's I definitely think so. Who do you think he takes it off of Roman Reigns? What if Bray Wyatt won the Rumble and Bray Wyatt didn't face The Undertaker? Bray Wyatt won the Rumble and went on to face Roman Reigns at WrestleMania.
It's a possibility, man. I just don't think WWE is likely to pull the trigger on something like that.
Maybe they saw that match they had before that was so good, and the chemistry they had there, and the chemistry they had with the Wyatts against the Shield.
I just think WrestleMania is fucked, to be honest with you. There's a lot of guys. I just don't know where they would place on WrestleMania right now because everybody's fucking hurt.
Well, can you believe that, and thank you, Young Republican, for donating earlier. Can you believe that a little while ago we were talking about how unbelievably stacked WrestleMania was going to be? WrestleMania, man, it's going to be stacked, packed, stars, big-ass stadium, going to be one of the largest WrestleManias of all time. It's going to be absolutely unbelievable. They got to kill it. We're talking fucking maybe Austin comes back to fight Brock. Hulk Hogan has been excommunicated. There'll be no Hulk Hogan. There'll probably be no Stone Cold Steve Austin. There'll probably be no Shawn Michaels, even though he's in Texas. I mean, The Undertaker is... I don't know who the fuck The Undertaker's going to wrestle. Sting is injured. He's probably can't wrestle. Plus, he's been buried so many times, I don't give a shit about him anyway now.
Cesaro's hurt. Orton's hurt.
Son of a bitch. Like, what? It's unbelievable. If you went back 7 months, even 5 months, you went back goddamn fucking 5 months and told me what was going to happen, I would have said this WrestleMania is going to be badass. The Rock... God damn it, no one's going to be at WrestleMania. The whole fucking show is going to hinge on Roman Reigns and what happens with him. Who's he going to face? Is Daniel Bryan not going to come back too? You get no Daniel Bryan on top of that? Fuck, I'm getting pissed right now thinking about it. What the fuck? What are we going to do? Biggest WrestleMania of all time? Fuck, it's down. I don't even know what they're going to do. They've got nobody.
I think Bryan pretty much has to come back now. There's no doubt about it.
He's got to come back at the Rumble. He's got to win the Rumble. We're talking 2 years of disappointment at the Rumble. These fans are going to fuck their own asses with a goddamn corpse's dick if they don't get Daniel Bryan. It doesn't make any sense. Daniel Bryan winning the Royal Rumble. All right, I'm losing my mind now. I'm thinking about this, and I'm starting to come unhinged, a la Dean Ambrose, but fuck him. I was alive first. And I don't know what to do. I have no idea what to say about this. All I have to say is, if you're watching us right now in the chat, let me know who is going to be the main event at fucking WrestleMania. Right now, who's the main event at WrestleMania? Leave it in the chat below. man, we've got fucked twice tonight, and that caused us to have to waste about 20, 30 minutes of the show. So I'm sorry about that, but I hope you go back and watch this entire thing live. If you missed it, watch this whole show because it's goddamn epic. Go back and watch the last few shows that I've done on YouTube. Go check out JD's shows that he's done on his YouTube. JD, what else is there something I'm missing? Let me know what else is on your mind as far as news and things go, if you have any.
I don't know, man. I don't know how much more we could talk about Roman Reigns. Everybody knows how we feel about Roman Reigns. You know, I put 2 videos out. It's been a big weekend for TLC. You know, both of our channels have kind of had a big weekend, a lot of traffic, and I'm just looking for it to calm down a little bit, man. We're getting ready to go back into the fucking the weekend and get ready for the Royal Rumble and just have everything be calm for a little bit. All this fucking craziness is getting to me.
JD, what's your favorite sport to watch besides wrestling?
Baseball.
I thought so, and that's one of my favorite sports too. I think baseball and hockey are my 2 favorite sports. Do you watch hockey?
Only during the playoffs.
Oh, that's right. Okay. Well,
you know, one thing that's, speaking of baseball, everybody's been telling me about this whole Roman Reigns situation. Oh, if it sucks so badly and all you're going to do is bitch and moan, don't watch it. I hate that.
Fuck that. No,
I hate that.
Yeah.
So, yeah, let me give up on my baseball team because they fucking blow and not watch every year because I know they're going to fucking fail.
It's
right?
the same thing, too. It's exactly like that. Yeah. I get this pissed off about the Bruins in hockey. I've gotten this pissed off about the Red Sox in baseball. You can watch my Red Sox rants. Go look up Cronin Rants Red Sox on whatever channel I had it up on. It's the same thing. It's called passion. It's called JD, the Red Sox did this. The Red Sox did this kind of shit. Okay, we win. We're the worst team ever. We can't win 86 years, whatever. We finally beat the Yankees, right? Then every year the new ownership starts to get more commercialized and shit, right? So eventually the owners come on the TV after another shit loss back in 2010, or I think it was 2009 or 10. I think it was 2010. And they're just crapping. There's the beer and chicken stuff. They're lazy. They've lost the players. The fucking team is a bunch of shitheads. And the ownership doesn't give a fuck. All they care about is bringing in these pink hat fans, not real baseball fans, by the way, JD, not the real Red Sox fans. Fenway is filled with people who are like, let's go see a Red Sox game. I want to do that thing where they play Sweet Caroline. They don't fucking know baseball. They're just there because they saw it was a popular thing to do. They watched all the 2004 Hollywood movies. And that's what you're talking about.
I'm fucking knocking my mic over here. I wanted to say, dude, never mind the Red Sox. What about the Cubs, bro? Yeah. I mean, if you're a fucking Chicago Cubs fan, what do you think? You're just gonna fucking give up on the team? They got swept by the Mets this year. Yeah. Is everybody that went to the fucking playoff series this year gonna say fuck the Cubs? They got a great fucking team.
Can you imagine them being like, I'm pissed off? And I'm saying the Red Sox owners, they came on and they tried to be like, what's wrong with the team? Why don't you fix the team? Why don't you do this? Why'd you do that? Why'd you make this decision? And you know what the owners said, JD, of the Red Sox? They said, oh, yeah, this, it'll come around. But anyway, this Sunday at Fenway Park, you're going to be able to buy bricks from Fenway Park that we're selling. They were actually bricks from the re-engineered part of the ballpark. So buy a brick, and they start advertising all this shit, and you're like, no, fuck you. There's something wrong with the fucking team. Never mind, you shove your bricks up your ass. And the same thing with the Cubs. When are we going to win? When are we going to goddamn win? So, you irrationally and rationally flip out and fucking you break the shit apart because you're terrorized by it, goddammit. And so imagine, just don't stop watching the Cubs. They never win, so stop watching.
Yeah.
What the fuck are you talking about? You're a fan of it. You bitch about a television show like this. This means we care. You know what? I'm worried about the people who are like, I just kind of watch sometimes. You know, all the people that are just like, oh yeah, I like Cena. I like Reigns. He's kind of cool. I bought tickets to Raw. And then the same person that tells me sometimes I bought tickets to Raw or I'm going to the pay-per-view, that same person, I'll sometimes be like, hey, what did you think about Raw the other night? Oh, I didn't watch it. I missed it. They missed their casual fucking fans everywhere.
Cena and Reigns in main event, and Cena will put over Reigns, which will make my asshole bleed.
That's exactly what I'm worried about, Lemon. Cena and Reigns, exactly what I'm worried about. Cena putting him over. Here's the new guy, guys. Here's the new guy. Yeah. Fuck me in the face. If that happens, I'll go on Nike.com. I'll buy a red sneaker, and I'll bring it to my house, and I'll shove it up my ass 700 fucking times until I can't shit anymore, and I die slowly from my own feces building up in my asshole. And the reason why I bought a red shoe, by the way, was so the blood that's everywhere, you wouldn't be able to tell the difference, so Leah could still wash it off and give it to some poor fucking kid's house so someone could have sneakers and they're not ruined. That's why I buy the red one. Fuck me. Fuck! Sorry. I just... I'm just upset. Anyway, guys, the guest on Sunday that I'm going to have, I can't wait. Well, no, I'm sorry. He's not coming on Sunday, but this week we're going to have a special guest on the show. I can't wait for it, and you know who he is. That's right. The freaking $1 Million Man. He's going to be on the Joe Cronin Show this week. It's going to be a blast. And I heard he's a pastor now. I told Justin Bailey, hey, let's get him on Sunday. He goes, oh, I don't think he can do Sundays. He's preaching the word on Sundays.
Listen to that laugh.
You can't get any better than that laugh. I could never get that right. He's a guy that I actually fucking hated at one point as a kid. It's the first guy I ever saw. The first guy I hated. But the first guy that I loved at the same time. JD, you get that feeling when you saw a wrestler back when you were a kid where you knew you didn't like him because he was supposed to be the bad guy, but there was this thing in your head subconsciously that was like, you love him. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm sure I thought that way. I just can't remember who I thought that way about.
I thought that way about, like Macho Man when he was bad against Hogan. I felt that way about DiBiase. Nowadays I just go, oh yeah, I'm supposed to hate him, but you know what? I love him because he's so good. Like Tyler Breeze. I love Tyler Breeze.
I love the $1 Million Man. Me and my brother both love Ted DiBiase. I always said to everybody that Money Incorporated was a fucking great tag team, bro. They're easily in my top 10 best tag teams of all time.
See, to me, I mean,
a lot of people don't think that way. I'm just odd.
I think that I would say gimmick-wise, or they were a really good tag team. I don't think they had the greatest matches all the time, but as a tag team together, it was just, you knew these two guys were together. It was the weirdest thing. It was like there was no, what happens a lot now, JD, where you mix these guys up and you don't know who the hell's with who. But they just were a solid tag team together. And you're right, I don't know if I think they're the greatest tag team, but I think that they're a tag team that doesn't get mentioned enough.
Yeah, they don't get mentioned enough. $1 Million Man is one of the greatest of all time. His in-ring work was fucking great.
Oh, he was so good. I loved the $1 Million Man. He sold beautifully. He was a big dude, too, just flopping around everywhere. So you'll never see gimmicks like that nowadays. That's what made him so special. Like everything about him, just the whole fucking persona of the $1 Million Man. I'm better than you. I got more money than you. That's all that fucking matters. That's fucking classic. Right. And everybody talking about how his character is based on Donald Trump, and of course, I'm sure he stays as far away from that train as possible. Maybe I'll ask him about that. I'll ask him when he's on here about Donald Trump and where did that come from, and would he close the borders? Now, keep them Muslims out. How about I was going to say, how about who would win in a race between Donald Trump and the $1 Million Man for president? I'd vote for the $1 Million Man, I think.
I'd vote for Ted DiBiase.
I like Trump's balls, is what I like. I like that he's crazy. Like, the one thing about Trump is, like, if you hate him or you love him, I'm not voting for anybody, so don't worry about me, everyone.
Yeah, but dude, with what Donald Trump, I haven't watched one fucking lick of these political debates, but I mean, with the way Trump is treating it, it's like a fucking popularity contest. He's saying the most outlandish things and is getting people behind him. Yeah. Is everything that he's saying actually going to work when he actually has to put it to work?
I don't know, but something, I kind of believe him. It's the weirdest thing. Like, I don't agree with everything he's saying, but I believe him, because the only reason why is because I've gone back and I've watched all his stuff from like the 80s and shit, and everything he said then, he did, or he came true. Like, he talks about shit. There's a clip of him on YouTube you can look up, and he's on Oprah Winfrey's show, and he goes, and she says, Donald, you sound like you're running for office. And he goes, I would never run for office unless things got so bad that I had to run. But other than that, I'm not going to run for office, no. but I'd never say never if things got really bad.
Yeah.
And things have gotten really bad, and now, you know, I mean, there's a lot of those examples if you look at him. I think he's fucking crazy. But I like that. But he's honestly crazy. You know what I mean? Like, he's like, I feel like I'm like this. I say stupid shit all the time, and it pisses off people, and they unsub and stuff. But I'm gonna be me no matter what. I don't care. I'm not gonna cater to people so that they stay with me, and I never piss everyone off. No, if you don't like me for something, you can tell me and still be subscribed to me. And if you like everything I say, then that's good too. Whatever it is. I hope you disagree with me and you tell me. I'm not going to delete you or shit. I mean, yeah, if you're right, hey, Cronin, hope your kids die in a car fire, you know, maybe you're going to get fucking blocked. But, I mean, if you're like Cronin, I think you're fucking retarded when it comes to this, you know, I might say, really, you know, and it's a debate, and that's all it is. I don't think that we should be deporting everybody. But, Adrian Lopez, what's up, man?
Hey, let me ask... about you're talking about Trump, right?
Yeah, we got into politics for a second.
Yeah, I got a politics question before I head to my wrestling question.
Okay.
What if Donald Trump actually turned off the internet?
Oh, well, that would be scary. That's one of the worst things that he said so far.
Yeah,
the scariest
I don't
things.
like that.
That's the scariest thing he said. And maybe you would say the Muslim thing is the scariest thing he said. I don't think that you can deport a bunch of people that are already here unless it's like completely illegally or something. So that is scary too, because that's humans. Leah makes the argument that internment camps and stuff like that, but I think it's more of like a when you take water right out of the faucet and you put it through a filter, so that, you know, you get all the chemicals out of it. That's what the camps, I think. So whatever. But so that's bad too. But definitely the internet thing as well. Those two things are the worst things he said. And the internet one is really scary. Deporting people who are innocent is really scary. There's his two biggest things. Yeah, we would be fucked right now. We wouldn't be able to do this show. And the other thing about that you have to understand is big business wants to take what we're doing on the internet right now. You know what I mean? That's why we had to have that.
What, is that really true? Trump wants to turn off the internet?
Yeah,
because it's a gate. He thinks it's the gateway for all these people to talk amongst each other. You know what's funny about this, guys? This is a really important point. I want to bring this up, and I want to let everybody know that I'm independent, so I have no agenda on the left or right side of this thing. But I want to tell you, you know, I absolutely think you need gun control. You don't need to take guns away from everybody, but you need to have obvious laws that are clearly ridiculously ignored. Nobody gives a fuck. You can get a gun at a gun show. You can get a gun anywhere. It doesn't matter. Clearly, you need to do something. But here's the thing. If you think that people are going to get guns, bad guys are going to get guns no matter what, right? Bad guys are going to get guns. It doesn't matter the laws. It doesn't matter anything. They're going to fucking get guns no matter what. Well, if you're Donald Trump, then you have to take your own advice. Donald Trump would tell you bad people will find a way to get guns anyway. You can't take guns away. You can't have too many laws because guess what? Then all the bad guys will have the guns. Well, guess what, Donald Trump? If you shut the internet down on all the innocent people, the fucking bad guys are going to be able to get on the internet still. Because they're going to be able to dial up the private satellite dishes and DSLs and SLCs and everything else. So you won't stop them from talking on the internet. You'll just stop all the normal people from talking on the internet, and you'll cap everybody by giving it to private business, and then they'll use the capitalist diagram that we've used throughout this country, and they'll dominate and monopolize the market. So you don't do that. So if you think guns don't matter because they'll get them anyway, well, guess what? They'll get the internet anyway. So you can't be, both arguments are the same. The liberals who want to take the guns and the Republicans who want to take the internet, well, it's the same fucking thing. So both people are arguing insanity. You can't take either one. Taking either one, they'll find a way. Just like the dinosaurs in Jurassic Park, they'll fucking find a way. Anyway, back to wrestling. Adrian Lopez, you got anything based on NXT and Monday Night Raw?
Yeah, earlier, before you got interrupted by the freaking internet, I don't know what it was. I heard you talking about the number 2 guy, and I was thinking about it. Can that be possibly Finn Balor?
Wait a minute. What could be Balor? Say that again.
Like earlier, you were talking about like the second face of WWE. I know he's not going to be going up to the main roster pretty soon, but can you see Balor being that second guy?
I'm gonna
maybe even the.
I'm going to blow your mind. Tell me if you think so, JD. I think Finn Balor's going to enter the main roster the night after WrestleMania.
I know we discussed this topic before. I know I mentioned this. If there's anybody, excluding the Daniel Bryan, I think Daniel Bryan could have been the face of the WWE if WWE wanted him to be.
Right.
They don't want him to be for whatever reason. If there's one guy that could be the face of the WWE to definitely overtake John Cena, it's Finn Balor. He's got the look, he's got the attitude, he's got the marketability, he's got the in-ring skill. I think he could be the face of the WWE, but he's 34 years old, so if you want it to have happen, you got to do it right now.
Imagine him on like the Tonight Show or something like that. You know what I mean? Like where they're talking to him, he would be so cool, good looking to the ladies, and then they show, but this is what you look like, and then they roll a video of him coming out with his Balor, with his fucking, crazy makeup. That's like a thing I see happening on like the Tonight Show. He would do so well with that. He'd be so marketable in that way. And,
hey Joe.
Yes.
I got a last question.
Sure.
How would you repackage Roman Reigns? Like, would he change his theme song, the freaking attire? How would you do it?
I'd make him go heel. They should have done this already. First of all, this is perfect. And JD, I know he agrees with me, but I'm going to go into actual detail of what I think could happen. Not only could they have flipped him heel, but he also then doesn't come out of the crowd anymore. He comes from down the ramp. And of course he says, and he doesn't say much still, but he's a badass. And he says, you know what? You people never were going to accept me or whatever else. I heard all the BS you said. I'm never...
Listen, Joe, go to Google and type in Roman Reigns NXT. That's what Roman Reigns needs to look like.
Okay.
That's what Roman Reigns needs to look like and completely change his entire getup.
You mean with that Speedo he had before?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
God. I don't know.
Miyaki, I think was his name.
Well, yeah. I mean, I would love to put him in that Speedo thing, And they could have done a whole thing where Triple H is like, you need to get this, whatever the hell military crap you got on or whatever this is, and get this out of here and become a real wrestler.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And he could totally turn his back on the whole deal and the fans. And just be like, you know what, I'm done with it, man. It's a business. And that's all he has to say is his business.
Hey, Joe.
Yeah.
I give NXT 9 out of 10, and thanks for taking my call.
Thanks, man. Nice rating. I think JD agrees with you. I think I give it about an 8.5 myself.
Yep.
And, man, I don't know. I think I really appreciate everybody for being here tonight. We had a little bit of a chaotic night, but I'm pretty sure we got just about everything we wanted to say. I'm really impressed again. One of my biggest takeaways is Nia Jax's ability to make me believe her in the ring, despite looking like the evil fucking cupcake muffin queen. I think she's really good with her looks, what she does with her facial expressions, and how she talks and how she makes noise in the ring. Sometimes, JD, I don't know if you notice this, a lot of wrestlers, when they react to something in the ring, they do it, but they don't make a noise. Like, they know they're acting. So when they act, they kind of go, what? Like, what? What? Mm-hmm. And so they're never really making a noise.
Would either of you guys fuck Oscar slanted pussy, ha ha ha? Cause I would.
God, no.
What did
oh, my God. He goes, would either of you guys fuck Oscar's slanted pussy? Ha ha ha. Then he says, cause I would.
Oh my God.
Lemon, I love you, man. I would bang her because she's just bizarre and I like that. I think she would tool me. You know what I mean? Like I think she would get a little crazy.
Kick the shit out of anybody.
Yeah, I'd like her to beat me up. I've had some girls who just would slap the fuck out of you. And it was great. So much so that I don't know. I don't want to go there. This get weird. Guys, we appreciate you for being here. JD, you got anything you want to plug here? We got to get this.
I'm good, man. If you guys missed my my Roman Reigns rant on Monday and then my rebuttal today on why I hated the main event of Monday Night Raw, you guys can go check that out on my channel right now. Let me know what you think. A lot of valid points. Hope I cleared things up for you. And as always, I'll be back on Friday on my channel, Off the Script.
Well, the other thing, guys, is if you are a Ghostbusters fan and you're really upset about these women Ghostbusters who look ridiculous, I'm going to be doing a rant about that later, so hopefully you can support me with that one. We appreciate you guys for supporting us with all your donations and help. We do have a couple minutes left as I plug things. If you want to interrupt with a donation to support us before we continue on, absolutely would be acceptable. We'd love for you to do that. I recommend becoming a shit bum and donating $5 if you can, but that's up to you. $1 Million Man going to show up on my show coming up soon. We'll be here for Outta Nowhere next week, same time. Wednesday nights, 11:30 p.m. Eastern time. Hopefully we'll get the show off a little bit earlier next week for you at the right time and earlier. WrestleCrate.com. JD sent me, Joe sent me 10% off your first month on the subscription box at WrestleCrate. And also want to remind you guys again, the Extreme Wrestling Podcast is real. And you go to ExtremeWrestlingPodcast.com. Thank you guys to everyone who's subscribing, everyone who supported. Tons of subscriptions this week. I really appreciate that. We appreciate the support. Man, what's going to happen going forward in WWE? There's so much that could happen. And we love that you were here tonight. And Old Man Joe didn't make an appearance tonight, but he may next week, so stay tuned for that. Also, I'll be live after Monday Night Raw every week on Monday nights, and JD's rant will be up as well, which I always encourage you to go check out. JD, maybe you'll stop by the Raw review one night too. We got to get you to do that.
Yeah, you guys are probably still. You guys are always still on when I'm done, so I might stop by.
And then you come on and plug your thing and make a whole bunch of sense. It'd be awesome. All right, we'll see you later. Like, share, comment, subscribe, and rape. Hey, wait a minute. You know what, JD? I'm not done yet. Fuck this. I'm not done yet. One more thing. I got to get something off my chest. We got to talk about this for a second. What do you think of Vince McMahon coming back? How did he look good? He looks senile. At least
he looked old.
So. He looked old. He looks a little Barney Fife-ish, you know? But I thought I was revved up to see McMahon. I had a full-on chubby for him. He could have came out with a plant, put it in the middle of the ring, and then said, "I'll be back in an hour."
But Joe, you got to dissect it a little bit more. I love Vince McMahon on TV. You know, every time Vince is there, it just feels like an important show because, especially after he's been away for a year. But you know, the fact that he had to be there to increase the ratings and get a pop. You know, you're relying too much on Vince, and you know you got all the talent in the world. You should be pushing them and building them, and not worrying about Vince. Vince should be behind the curtain.
I get that after the fact. I mean, like I totally get what you're saying, but I was in the moment. They got me. I'm telling you, man. I was fucking pumped up for Vince. I was like, this is awesome. He kicks him in the balls. He's saying the shit to Reigns. They tease him at the beginning, right? So they tease him at the beginning. Then he's back in the second hour. Then he's back for the third hour. So they knew what they were doing, and JD, they did one of their best ratings of the year. It worked.
Mm-hmm.
So I get what you're saying, though. It is pathetic that they had to use Vince to do that. But at the same time, it worked on me because I was into it. Even if it was pathetic, which it was. Good night, everyone. Thanks for watching. Cue the outro, Rock. You had one fucking job. You're right near the button, you fucking stupid goddamn granite piece of shit. God damn it, Rock. Fuck. If the real Rock was here, he would have done it right. But no. I got the speckled retard.
You're listening to Outta Nowhere. You're listening to the Outta Nowhere Wrestling Podcast. Brought to you by WrestleCrate. WrestleCrate.com.
Yes, that was a good show. It was a good show, Rocky. Fucking, oh yeah. Yeah, we're almost off the air now, yeah. That was such a good show. Let me tell you something. I know I said some mean things to you during the show tonight, but I gotta say, I'm gonna put you in my ass tonight. I'm gonna put you in my ass. Oh, you smell so good. Yeah, I'll get some of that. Look at that. Look at the little ridges right here. I know those would feel great inside my butt. I'm gonna make you become a man tonight. We still on the air? Ah, shit! Oh, fuck. No. Oh, fuck.